Hello, welcome to another edition of Tech Videos by Piedmont Fiberglass. Today we're in the trim room here at the plant, and today's topic is how to trim the pitch in a steeple. Now, it may seem a little daunting, but it's actually a fairly simple process which we'll show you. Today we're joined by Don Bishop, who's a long-term employee here at the plant. He's been in the trim booth for a long time. We have set up a steeple that it's already been rough trimmed. It hasn't gone through the finishing process, but it has been rough trimmed. So we're ready to go. Now, to determine your roof pitch, first you'll need that either from the drawing or you can make a jig. And we're going to show you a couple different ways you can find out how to what your pitch is. So, start out, one way is to come here with a square, and of course come down from the corner, come down 12 inches, and if you have a 412, 512, whatever the pitch happens to be, then you make the mark at that line, 12 inches down, and whatever the rise is here. Then come across here and draw a line all the way up to the center line, and then of course do the same thing on the other side. Now, another way, a way that I really like because it is much more accurate, is to have a template of your roof already made. And you can do that with a couple of boards and have it bolted and screwed into place. Now, what you need to do is, as you can see, we have the center line of the steeple marked here. So with your template of your roof in place, you find the center line, put it in the center line here, and then align the corners and take a pencil and draw them out. So, a couple ways you can do to mark the pitch on your steeple. Now, for an octagon-based steeple, this is obviously is a square. For an octagon base, we do trim those at the plant because that's a little tricky because you've got some compound angles. So all this is for square-based steeples. Now, one of the things to consider is what type tools to use. Now, here at the plant, we use a high-performance air trim saw. It has a diamond tip blade and turns about 10,000 RPMs. Very expensive, so that's certainly something that you wouldn't have out in the field. But you can still use an ordinary circular saw with a 7 1/4 inch blade. We have a couple here. Just make sure that it is a fine tooth blade that you see here because you don't want to chip the fiberglass. Another possibility is a masonry blade. You can see here. It will not chip the fiberglass as well either when it cuts. So either a fine tooth blade or a masonry type blade will work to trim them. All right, Don's got the steeple trimmed. Looks nice. Here's the cutout for it. As you can see, he's got some nice edges here that can be done with your saw. Now, a couple of things you want to consider is some safety. We've got to be safe when we're doing this, so be sure wear gloves, eye protection, and ear protection whenever you're trimming the base of a steeple. We appreciate your time on this. If you have any questions, certainly contact our sales staff or visit PiedmontFiberglass.com.